Hello. It's day 34 post-transplant. I am sitting at you can't really see, but I'm sitting at a soccer practice in the car because it's hot outside and I'm trying not to talk to the other parents because germs. And I'm a little bit antisocial about sports chatter, so it's a good excuse. I got my wig from Chemo Divas a few days ago, and it is everything I hoped and dreamed it would be. I worked so hard to put all of my hair in braids and cut it off and mail it so that I could have this wig. And I didn't even know, never having used the company before, and it is exactly what I hoped it would be. Like, this is my hair. I will show you what it looks like. So it's like that, and then they just sew your hair in like that, and when you put a hat on, it looks normal. The other benefit of having that fabric that way is that it's much cooler on your head. The other like full wig I have, which I love how it looks if I don't want to wear a hat, it is hot and it's scratchy, and so this one is like cozier and it's human hair. My other wig is synthetic, and this is obviously human hair, and so it's just like, it's soft and it feels like me. And so there are literally moments where I can forget, like if I look in the mirror, I'm like, forget that my hair fell out. So that's the most exciting thing about this. Also exciting is just not knowing before I went through this process, like how severely fatigued I would be at this point. And I am incredibly grateful for how much energy I have. I feel pretty good. I did a full a workout today. I've been walking for weeks now, trying to get like 2 miles in a day as much as I can. But I did like a weight workout today and a little 20-minute like ab workout, and it was fine. I do get fatigued towards the end of the day, and some days are worse than others. Like yesterday, I just felt really tired. It's like hard to describe that fatigue. It's like, it's pretty intense, like as if you had stayed up like till 1 a.m. and then like at 1 a.m. that's how you would feel. Like I really want to lay down. Like you feel like that, but it's like the middle of the day. So I'm working on just like, the doctors have told me to like go for a walk if you feel like that. It's counterintuitive because you think like I need to take a nap, and some days I do take like a 30-minute nap or an hour nap. But I also like try to push myself and go out and walk if I can. Sometimes that helps me feel better. I think working out is going to help me feel better. Every little thing I can do to help my body heal and recover will help. Having a hard time getting like my nutrition how I want it. I've been eating junk, but that's mostly because I was too exhausted to go to the grocery store this week, and we traveled this weekend, and it's just hard. But I did eat. I have finally, like, kind of the last 2 or 3 days been able to eat the way that I want to eat to feed my body how I think it needs to be fed, which is basically like vegetables and fish. So yeah, so that's where we're at. Like I feel I'm like hit the ground running. Like I have a really busy life. I'm working a little bit. I am taking my kids all over. Emotionally, let me talk about that. Emotionally, it is challenging. First of all, I'm still emotionally processing having this cancer diagnosis. And for me, that hits in waves. Like there are times when I'm extremely optimistic and like happy that I'm alive and grateful, and I feel like I've evaded death, and I feel like I'm gonna be okay, and I have a long road ahead, and that myeloma is treatable. And there are times where I have like huge waves of like despair and like the feeling that like my life will not end like will end before I'm ready for it to end, and that this disease is going to rob me of like decades of my life that I expected. And there's like nothing, in my opinion, as a therapist too, like there is nothing to do about those waves except to feel them and honor them, because like you can be optimistic, and I am, and believe the best, and also there's no guarantees, and that's just the reality of life, despite like cancer. But like to die is grief, like to lose your health is grief. Even as good as I am doing, like I'm still not how I was. And so it is part of the journey to feel the losses and to honor them and to let yourself cry. And so I do the best I can to like feel all of that. And like I cry, or I feel my feelings, or I write it out, and then, you know, those feelings subside and I can feel back to my preferred default, which is the thing that I've been telling myself lately, which is today we live. Because with cancer and like the fears of like what ifs, like there is such a real feeling of no guarantees. And I find myself some of the times like forecasting, like what if this takes a turn, like what if I can't get this under control, what if it comes back, what if I get a secondary cancer, what if I have a blood clot. Like all of that is just like the anxiety of like normal life and death, that you're like, what if I die in a plane crash, what if this happens, and you're like, it's abstract, but like this is like statistically in front of me. Like I know that there's more statistical risks that my body is like potentially could have things happen. And so it's easy to get caught up in the what ifs and the prognosis and the how long do I have to live, and maybe I'll live forever and ever, but like you don't know. And so anyway, the thing that helps me the most right now is thinking, today we live. Today we live. We make plans. We enjoy our kids. I am making the most out of every day I have. And I think that that is like a really big gift of cancer. It's like I say to new parents, you know, there's a huge cost to being a parent, and the lows are lower. Like you give more of yourself than you would doing anything else, but the highs are higher, because there's like gifts that come with parenthood that I don't think you can compare to anything else in life. And so it's both. And so cancer is taking a lot, and it's not what I would have chosen, but the highs are, it's a accelerated, in your face, in your body awareness of the fragility of life that gives you such an appreciation for what it is, like on a very real basis. Like the amount of times per day that I feel gratitude to be alive is higher than a lot. So I just feel everything. I feel all those feelings. Okay, what I was saying about the emotional process of the stem cell transplant, though, back to that, is it is difficult going from day in and day out of like getting your blood drawn, checking your levels, like what are my white blood cell counts at today, and like getting your myeloma labs and all of that, and all like the heavy treatment and the heavy oversight to you're discharged, bye, we'll see you in 2 months. And like before this, since I got diagnosed 8 months ago, I've been in, you know, kind of regular treatment every week, or every day taking pills. And then you get the stem cell transplant, and then that's like the most intense of all. And then it's just like over right now. And I will go back and go on maintenance therapy in 6 weeks, and that will resume. But for right now, it's very, very, very weird to just like not be doing anything. It's lovely, like I like it, but it also feels scary. It's like I always like having a peek at my blood work, and like I assume the best, but it's nice to like it's reassuring in a way to like get to see the levels of everything, especially when you've gotten used to seeing it because you're being monitored so closely. So it is hard to not be monitored so closely. I don't know. I'm kind of waiting for the other shoe to fall. People have said like you're going to process all the emotions of what you've been through after it's over. I don't really know how that works because this will never be over. Like I'll be in constant monitoring forever for myeloma. So TBD if I have a huge wave of emotions. But I don't know. I guess physically I'm doing really well. I'm rehabbing. Emotionally, very, very normal life moments, functioning very well. And there are parts of me that are probably more removed from my conscious awareness that are like still in a train wreck from having a cancer diagnosis, from everything I've been through, and from all the emotions. And that's okay. Like, that's how I would expect any person to feel going through something like this. It is not easy, and it is not small. So anyway, that's day 36. I don't even remember now. Like a month and a little bit in. Anyway, thanks for listening.